Good morning from the beautiful city of Portland, Oregon. Right now, I'm actually going to be jumping in the car and driving you guys around to show you what is now looking like the Skid Row of the United States. Here in this city, I have noticed that there are tents completely lining up most of the main streets here in the downtown city center. And I'd like to show you guys around because honestly, Portland, Oregon is one of those cities that I first fell in love with when I first stumbled across it. However, my first visit to Portland, Oregon was roughly 8 years ago, and right now things are looking very, very different. So I'm about to hop into the car once Gladys unlocks it. There you go. And I'm gonna give you guys a small little city tour. Check out what this corner is looking like, guys. Man, tents everywhere. Now, some of these people have like their cars out there. They got all kinds of different grocery carts with bags, and this is what the downtown area is looking like right now. As you can tell, there are just people setting up camp all throughout the city. Now, I'm not even gonna lie to you guys, it is very, very sad to see, but at the same time, man, it doesn't look like the government wants to do much about it, because there's literally people setting up to call any random corner home. And it is very, very sad to see this person here, look, is just sleeping right next to the trash can. This is insane. They got 2 vacuum cleaners. Man, that's a nice one too, DeWalt. But you get what I'm saying. The government, it doesn't seem like the government is doing anything about this at all. And that is because, man, it takes a lot to set up a huge tent like this. And you can tell these people, they have their whole house set up outside. So they haven't been doing this overnight, or it's not something that just started. Look, they have a Ford Explorer, or that's an Expedition. It's even on a bottle jack. So that's been there for a while. It's sad to see, because Portland, Oregon is one of those places that is super beautiful in my opinion, and it's a very unique city. It has a nice cultural touch to it that a lot of the other major cities in the United States don't have. In fact, Portland is also extremely famous for its food trucks. They have over 600 food trucks throughout the city. Here in front of us, you can see a few. Now, the city's also very colorful as well. There's murals absolutely everywhere, and they are very, very proud of the art. Now, Oregon is known as the city of roses, which is why you can see little roses on the street signs. But man, it's slowly turning into the city of dead roses, in my opinion. Man, I'm very disappointed on what I've come to see in Portland, Oregon after my last visit. It's very sad to see such a beautiful city go down like this. I have a feeling that if the government doesn't act sooner or later, this city will be on the same paths as Los Angeles, downtown LA. And that's sad to see, because this city was in fact a place that a lot of people did visit back in the day. Another little tent popped up here with the Target shopping cart. And you got 2 other people over in the corner, one with a cart with a bunch of different tarps and blankets, and another man just sleeping on the floor. Now, this is where it gets really, really sad, is right here close to the Voodoo Donuts area, which is a very touristic area in the city. You just see homeless people absolutely everywhere, man. Look at this. You got a couple people eating, somebody just, man, that girl's naked there with her boobs out and everything. Wow, that lady was fully nude on the streets of Portland, Oregon. Man, this guy's sitting out front with this whole 24-pack of beer. What? That is wild, yo. If somebody like me or you tries to do that, we're gonna get arrested for drinking our beer on the street. This guy has a whole 24-pack of pub beer on the street, and he's just drinking it like, yeah, he doesn't give a shit. And it looks like he's also smoking a little doobie while he's there too. crossing the street now. Let me roll back my window. What do we have here? Oh, he's just waking up. He's cleaning up his little area. As I mentioned, guys, it doesn't look too different than the streets of Skid Row. I'm pretty sure that these are how the streets of Skid Row looked when it began back in the 1920s. Just a few tents everywhere. Now, I think the major difference between here and Skid Row is that in Skid Row there is a huge influence as far as gang controlment. There's a lot of different gangs that actually control all of the homeless people and what they do on a daily basis in the main city center. As to here in Portland, it just hasn't gotten that far yet, but it's well on its way. Now, all the people that you're seeing out on the streets right now, guys, these are just your average homeless person. It's not just any normal citizens, which makes it really weird and awkward here in the city of Portland right now, as there is no like real life on the streets. You know, every time I've ever been in Portland in the past, this city is always just filled with life and tourists, and that is just not the case right now. All the people that you are in fact seeing on the streets are those without homes, man. And I can imagine that one of the main reasons for that is because no one wants to come here. Everybody's just avoiding this place as a whole. I mean, who's gonna want to spend their vacation money coming here? This guy's carrying a bunch of memory foam, rotten memory foam. Probably gonna go set that up to sleep later on tonight. Now, right now we're gonna pass it right in front of the iconic Voodoo Donuts, which is one of the most iconic donut shops undoubtedly in the entire world. But here in Portland, it's one of the most popular sites. Now, you can see this guy pushing his car over in that direction. A lot of the people that you are gonna see here as tourists right now are in fact in this line and nowhere else in the city. Really sad to see Portland looking like this these days. I hope next time I make my way around here, it's not looking as rough, because this really hurts my heart. And I'm being genuine when I say that. Another little small tent corner here in this area off of Pine and 3rd. Oh, there's construction going on. Let's see if we can squeeze on through there. Now, I have noticed as we are making our way around Portland that there are a lot of cleanup crews, a lot of developments going on, but man, it seems like they just can't control everything. Another tent propped up right under this tree here on the middle of Pine and 4th. Man, she's talking to herself. This city is literally next level. Gladys, you walked through here a few days ago for your very first time. How'd you feel? Were you comfortable?
No. It's so scary. And it's so sad.
It's very sad. Go straight. You're gonna go straight in through this Chinese fence. Yeah. Yeah, it's very sad. In fact, Gladys's first impressions of Portland consisted of a woman walking in front of us, pulling her pants down, and just peeing like a dog in the middle of the street, which you can also see on my main channel, as I will be posting a video from Portland, Oregon here in the next few days. But man, not a good first impressions for someone that has never been to this city before. I mean, you can tell why the tourism is ruined. Now we're entering into the small like little Chinese area right now, and we came through here a few days ago and I was truly blown away by how many tents could be found here on this street. Now we're gonna go ahead and swing a left, because right here off of 5th Avenue is actually where I saw the largest abundance of tents in the entire city. So let's actually go straight and we'll make a lap around and come through this area here. Wow, it's cleaned up today actually. Weird, it seems like oh no, actually it was here off of 6th Avenue. But yeah, there's actually a lot of city officials out cleaning the streets right now, so maybe they're making them go. I see this man watering the front area. I mean, hopefully that's the case, but I really doubt it. We were only here, what, 3 days ago?
Yes.
Now there's a lot more tents over in this direction. Actually, this is the direction where the lady decided she was gonna pee in front of us. She was just like, yo, I have to use the bathroom. Nowhere here in Portland is allowing anyone to use the bathroom because of COVID, so I'm just gonna use it here. Which, you know what? In some situations I can't blame her, but I only just say that. I would never just pull down my pants and just start using the bathroom in front of anybody. But hey, to each his own, man. A couple more beautiful murals. As I mentioned, Portland is a city that has a lot of potential, and in fact, it was thriving for a very, very long time. But in the last recent years, man, this is the sad reality. This is Portland, Oregon, guys, as we know it right now in 2021. Actually, a few days ago, I was walking around here, as well as I mentioned, and man, there was just people smoking rock, all kinds of weird things on these streets, man. This seems to be like the place of choice, this park here, for people to come and just lay down during the day that don't have homes. As Gladys mentioned, this is very sad. This is a crazy, sad crisis. Let's go right up here. Let's make another turn over here off of Burnside and Park. It is sad. It is a crisis. I hope these people do get some help. But man, the fact that the government isn't doing anything about these people here on these streets is sad, because you're not only messing up the economy, but you're messing up the perception of this city. I mean, downtown Portland will very much, in fact, be Skid Row in a few months if things don't get fixed, man. Things need to get fixed. Now, I am being very cautious right now because Gladys is driving. It is her first time in the US, and you know, a lot of these people, when they see you recording, they're not too happy about it, especially because they know that you are in fact recording this current situation that's going on, that's gotten completely out of hand.
I think Portland is worse than Skid Row.
I think so also.
Because in a Skid Row you expect that, and you know they live there.
Exactly.
And here it's weird.
Here it's just sad. It's just, not saying that Skid Row isn't sad, but like Gladys just said, and this is coming from a foreigner's perspective, someone who's never been in this region of the US before. The problem here is serious. Now, I'm not sure if that's because of the amount of drugs that are easily accessible here on these streets or whatnot, but man, it is terrible, yo. It is terrible. Anyways, guys, that's gonna be the end of today's little drive around Portland, Oregon, man. I wanted to show you guys what the Skid Row of the Pacific Northwest is looking like right now during these crazy times. And you know what? I'll be clocking in for another random adventure here soon. So later, guys.